Hello. I feel like I haven't been filming in a long time because I think I'm just so in my head with everything happening in the world and in my life that I just kind of go inwards instead of like expressing it with people or like trying to be in community, whether, physically or virtually. I kind of hide. I think I like hide because I want to figure things out in my head, or I have a big issue with like perfectionism. So if I don't know how something's going or I don't know how to say something, I don't know. I also try to do this thing where I like try to make logic sense out of everything. And sometimes things aren't logical. Like, can I perfectly rationalize why I haven't been posting on the internet? No. I'm guessing that it's anxiety and fear of rejection and fear of doing things imperfectly. Fear of being judged because they can't judge you if they can't see you, which is not true. They can judge you. Even if they don't see you, they could just judge things they think about you, which is also horrible. But I feel like this gives people more ammunition to say things. When I say people, I mostly mean my family. Strangers, I don't care about. It's most of the people I know that are like, my fear is like they're thinking in their head like, ew, this is so cringy, Rafaela's so cringy. It's okay, I can be cringy. I started a podcast called Cringy, but then my videographer was charging me $1 million. I can probably say the price. He was charging me $750 per episode of the podcast, and I don't have money. So I had to stop. So I don't know if that's like, okay, if I can get sponsorship, I can go back and do it. It's like a whole like real podcast studio and stuff. It's really cool. Or do I get my own equipment and try to do it myself? But also that means I have to have full motivation and capacity to do the whole thing myself. Where if I just went to a podcast studio, I just show up, talk, and then I leave. And that's easier. Life is hard. But yeah, so maybe that's, I have to wait for sponsorship on that. It is September 1st today, and which means that I'm officially getting married next month, which is terrifying. Not even the marriage part. Like, I'm like, Bright and I, we're cool. We're fine. We've always been. That's never been a thing. The thing is like stressing about all the details from now until then, making sure things are good, trying to get Bright's mom in the country. That's number one stress. And I think it feels exceptionally horrible because we don't have a lot of control over it. I mean, we have like zero control over it. We're just waiting for it to be processed. And there's really nothing we can do, but I'm gonna try to figure out if I can do anything at all. I need to do it to get her here. And I've never wanted a job in my life. Like, I've never once in my life been like, when I grow up, I want to have a job. Like, never. I went to like office environments as a kid, and I was like, people do this all day for their entire lives and only get 1 week off forever. Like, that's my absolute personal hell. Like, sorry. And then I got approached by a nonprofit to maybe do marketing for them, like social media based, which I was like, whoa, I've never wanted a job. I really like doing my own thing. I really like having my own autonomy over my life. But maybe this would be good. Like, maybe the whole like not having money thing is getting kind of old. Maybe having a paycheck, having this like consistent income might be nice and relieve some of that like financial stress. Would it give me some stability? You go to work, you do the thing, you go home, rather than every day right now I wake up and I'm like, well, what do I have to do today? What's on the agenda? Do I have any meetings? And even when I do have things, I'm like, I don't want to do it because executive dysfunction, but also like perfectionism. Like, I'm doing a virtual presentation this Friday at like a conference in Kenya. I'm not going to Kenya, I'm stuck here, but it's Kenya based, which is really cool. And I'm giving a presentation that I haven't made yet. Today's Monday and it's on Friday. I haven't made it yet, and I've been procrastinating it because I'm literally terrified of doing a bad job. And I really deeply hate writing and organizing my thoughts because my thoughts are chaos. The talking thing, fine. I can do that. I can talk. The perfectly outlining and organizing my thoughts and my words and making it cohesive and comprehensible, that I hate and I cannot do. Hence why I'm making a rambling video. And I'm not gonna like edit it and make it perfect because then I'll never do it. So I'm a little bit freaked out about that. I really should make it like today, and I more than anything don't want to because it's like the pit in my stomach of like, blah, that sounds so horrible. Doing the thing. I'm not as scared of doing the actual presentation. It is making the presentation that is worse than actually doing it. And I don't know how to hack it. I have all the thoughts. I'm just going to be talking about like lived experience with mental illness and neurodivergence and kind of, digital innovation in mental health spaces, and how I'm like using my lived experience to like make a digital product, hopefully like help people. And I have to make slides probably. And so then if I make slides, I have to know what I'm going to say and then when I'm going to say it, and it has to be like in order. And I feel like the best thing is if I wing it, but I need to, like structured winging it. Maybe structured winging it, like at least if I have an outline, and maybe the slides could correspond with like an outline, and then I'm just like, I can just start talking. Anyways, this is boring. So I have that. I have, what did I say about the job? Oh yeah, I applied for the job about like 2 weeks ago. So the past 2 weeks I've been like panicking about the job. Do I want a job? What can I do? How's my life going to be with a job or without a job, or blah, 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 blah. And they're not going to tell me if I got the job until this Friday. Wow, this week, big week. Friday's the conference. Friday I find out if I have a job. And then, yeah, there's a wedding in a month, which isn't even like done. And I have not spent a long time panicking about it, which is good in a sense, but now I have 1 month to like panic about a wedding. So that also sucks. But I'm like, I could do, I mean, it's been like 2 months, but like I could do 2 months instead of like 2 years. I know some people spend like 2 years planning their wedding. So at least this was like 2 months instead of 2 years, but still gonna be shitty. It's been a shitty month. Now it's gonna be another shitty month. And then it's weird to be like, I kind of just want it to be over with. But I'm like, I want to do it. I want it to be lovely. I want to enjoy it. And then I want it to be over. And then maybe people will just kind of back out of my life a little bit and stop being in my face. Because even when I first got engaged, it felt like, oh, a wedding is another thing I can fail at. This is another thing that society has an expectation on, my family has an expectation on, that I can do bad at and be met with criticism and judgment. And I absolutely have. So I didn't even prove that wrong. No, I absolutely have. The beautiful thing is my parents are really cool about like, oh, we want this to be what you and Bright want. And I really, really like that. It's not like, oh, it has to be like what we want or whatever. So that's been nice. I've been really trying to lean into that. Like, okay, Bright and I don't like attention, which I know is weird when I make a video to put on the internet. I want to be heard and I want to share and I like to tell stories. I don't want everyone staring at me, and I don't know. I know it's, I don't say counterintuitive. I don't know if that's the right word. We don't like attention, so like there's not gonna be like a grand entrance. We're not having a first dance. I don't even want to do anything in front of people. But I still want to, go and enjoy and have a nice time, minus the things that are super cringy for Bright and I, that are really just a performance piece for everyone else. Like, how can we make it meaningful to us, be about our marriage and our relationship, and less about, wow, look at the decor, and wow, look at this thing, and I don't know. But I fall into that trap sometimes because it's like all around us. But it's almost over. And I don't want to be like, oh yeah, thank God the wedding's almost over. But like, I just don't like this process. I'm not enjoying it. And hopefully the wedding's nice. And then I'll get photos later and that'll be nice. But I know as soon as the wedding's over, it's like over. Then no one gives a shit anymore. They're like, okay, it's done. It's over. So there's a part of me that's like, well, maybe I should be enjoying some of this. They're like, yay, wedding stuff. Because this is hopefully the only time in my life I'm going to be like, yay, wedding stuff. At least for myself. Maybe if there's a child that I have to make a wedding for. I don't know. But you know, there's like the, okay, embrace this time. Because as soon as you're married, then it's over. Right? Where I've heard that from a lot of brides. Like, especially people that like obsess about their wedding for 2 years, make it their whole life. And then all of a sudden you're married. And it's over. And you're like, well, what do I do now? Like, people don't care anymore. People aren't obsessed, you know, with me anymore. Like, what? And that's, I think, crazy. I mean, it's hard on the, like, women that are forced to be in these positions. Not forced, but, like, nudged forcefully into this direction of having these weddings and making it perfect and blah, blah, blah. And you spend your life doing it. And it's like this expectation even on me, like, I'm trying to live life and trying to do work and trying to get by. But just this expectation that, like, well, the wedding should be your number one focus in life. And it's literally not. Well, now it is. For this month, it is. For the past year, it has not. And that's good. I'm rambling, so I should probably just, like, stop. But that's it. I guess I just wanted to show up. Small update. What did I say about the job? Might get a job, might not get a job, scared to get a job, but also I don't know if it's the validation that I just want them to give it to me, or I think there's a part of me that's also like, yeah, financial stability might be nice. What would it be like to have routine? What would it be like to have structure? What would it be like to focus on like kind of one thing instead of like me focusing on like 20 businesses or 20 initiatives at once? What would it be like to focus on a job? I'm also scared about my side projects and if they'll fail if I'm not working on them super hard. But at the same time, if I have money, that I could perhaps get help with it instead or build up a team or I don't know. I know a lot of it's ADHD stuff, but and also this idea that I need to like prove myself to the world, prove myself to my family, prove myself to myself. Like if I'm not overachieving or creating something meaningful, then I'm just like a waste of space, which is kind of dark and horrible, but I think it's also kind of the truth. Yeah, this rambling is too much. No one's gonna watch this. Maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay if no one watches it. It's okay. At least, even if I do this, I'm still processing things for myself. I can still look at this in the future and have maybe kind of like a, you know, digital diary or journal. And yeah, even if people aren't into this, that's okay. Maybe that's freeing too. It's like not having an expectation of like, oh, people need to love this. I need to make really engaging content. You know? Anyways, I'm okay. I got a new planner from Italy. So I'm going to break this open and use it. So that's my exciting adventure for right now. I hope if you watch this, thanks. I hope you're okay. I'm okay. Just a little bit mentally busy and physically busy this month of September, but I have nothing. I was gonna say wise words like, we're gonna be okay. Yeah, we'll get through it. We always get through it.